Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Smart Preparation to Success. How are you all? I hope everyone are fine and doing well. As we announced, today we have the Polity mock test, that is 50 questions. Before starting the exam, there are some important instructions. Try to answer each question within the given time. Keep a notebook or paper ready to mark your answers. No answers or explanations will be provided in the test. It's your chance to evaluate yourself honestly. At the end of the test, calculate your score and identify the areas where you need improvement. So, all the best. Let's start the exam. The first question, with reference to the Constituent Assembly of India, consider the following statements. It was set up under the Cabinet Mission Plan of 1946. Second one, the members of the Constituent Assembly were elected directly by the people. Which of the statements given above are correct? The next question, who among the following was the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly? Option A, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Option B, Sachidananda Sinha. Option C, Rajendra Prasad. Option D, H.C. Mukherjee. Next question. Consider the following statements about the Indian Constitution. First one, it was adopted on 26 November 1949. Second one, it came into force on 26 January 1950. Which of the statements are correct? The next question, which of the following features of the Indian Constitution were influenced by the Government of India Act 1935? 1. Federal scheme. 2. Office of Governor. 3. Judiciary. 4th. Emergency powers. Select the correct answer using the code below. The next question, the idea of a constituent assembly was first proposed by option A. M. N. Roy, option B. Jawaharlal Nehru, option C. B. R. Ambedkar, option D. Mahatma Gandhi. Next question, which of the following words were added to the preamble by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976? Option A. Sovereign and Socialist, option B. Socialist and Secular, option C. Democratic and Republic, option D. Justice and Equality. The next question, the preamble of the Constitution declares India to be option A sovereign, secular, federal, republic. Option B sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. Option C union of states, secular, democratic, republic. Option D sovereign, democratic, republic. Next question, which one of the following statements is correct about the preamble? Option A, it is not a part of the constitution. Option B, it can be enforced in a court of law. Option C, it is justiciable in nature. Option D, it is a part of the constitution but not enforceable. Next question, with reference to the preamble of the Indian Constitution, consider the following statements. First, it provides the basic structure of the Constitution. Second, it is a source of power to the legislature. Which of the statements given above are correct? Option The question: which of the following objectives are mentioned in the preamble of the Indian Constitution? Of first one, justice, social, economic, and political. Second, liberty of thought expression, belief, faith, and worship. Option 3, equality of status and opportunity. Option 4, promotion of international peace and security. Select the correct answer using the code below. The next question: which of the following fundamental rights is available only to citizens of India, not to foreigners? Next question: which of the following articles of the Constitution cannot be suspended even during an emergency? Next question: which one of the following is or correctly matched? Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. Article 17, abolition of titles. Article 22, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Select the correct answer using the code below. Next question. Right to education under Article 21A is available to option A, all persons, option B, all children below the age of 14, option C, all children between the ages of 6 to 14, option D, only minority children. The next question: which of the following fundamental rights are available against both the state and private individuals? Option A, right to equality, option B, right against untouchability, option C, right to freedom of religion, option D, right to assemble peacefully. Next question: which constitutional amendment added fundamental duties to the Indian Constitution? Option A, 44th Amendment, option B, 42nd Amendment, option C, 52nd Amendment, option D, 86th Amendment. The next question: how many fundamental duties are currently listed in the Indian Constitution? Option A, 10, option B, 11, option C, 12, option D, 9. Next question: consider the following statements about fundamental duties. They are non justiciable in nature. They apply only to adult citizens. They were inspired by the American Constitution. Which of the above statements are correct? The next question: which fundamental duty was added by the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act 2002? Option A, to safeguard public property. Option B, to protect the environment. Option C, to provide education to children. Option D, to develop scientific temper. The next question, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India is the option A, directive principle, option B, fundamental right, option C, fundamental duty, option D, preamble, objective. The next question, who among the following participates in the election of the President of India? First one, elected members of both the houses of parliament. Two, elected members of the legislative assemblies of states. Three, elected members of the legislative assemblies of union territories with legislatures. Option four, nominated members of the parliament. Select the correct answer using the code below. Next question, consider the following statements about the election of the president. The value of the vote of an MLA depends on the population of the state. The value of the vote of an MP is the same for all MPs. The presidential election follows the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Which of the following statements given above are correct? The next question, the President of India can be removed from office by the Prime Minister on the recommendation of the Cabinet. Option B, a resolution passed by both the Houses of Parliament by a simple majority. Option C, impeachment by Parliament for violation of the Constitution. Option D, Supreme Court decision on grounds of incapacity. The next question, which of the following statements are correct regarding to the powers of the President of India? Option 1, the President has the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha. 2, the President can return a money bill for reconsideration. 3, the President can summon a joint sitting of both the houses. Select the correct answer. The next question, which of the following conditions are essential for a candidate to be eligible for election as the President of India? 1, must be a citizen of India, must have completed the age of 35 years, must be qualified to be elected as a member of the Lok Sabha, must be a member of a political party. Select the correct answer using the code below. The next question, who among the following elects the Vice President of India? Option A, elected members of both the Houses of Parliament. Option B, members of both the Houses of Parliament, elected plus nominated. Only the Rajya Sabha, members of the state legislative assemblies and parliament. The next question, which of the following statements about the Vice President of the India are correct? First, he is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Second, he can act as a president when the office of the president falls vacant. Third, he is a member of the Union Cabinet. Select the correct answer. The next question, what is the term of office of the Vice President of India? Option A 4 years, option B 5 years, option C 6 years, option D 4 terms with President. Next question, the Vice President may resign his office by addressing his resignation to option A the Prime Minister, option B the President, option C the Chief Justice of India, option D the Speaker of Lok Sabha. The next question: which of the following is not true about the election of the Vice President of India? The election is held through proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Option B: the voting is done by secret ballot. Option C: elected members of state legislative assemblies participate in the election. Option D: both nominated and elected members of Rajya Sabha participate in the election. Next question: who appoints the Prime Minister of India? Option A: Lok Sabha. Option B: President of India. Option C: Council of Ministers. Option D: Chief Justice of India. Next question: consider the following statements. 1. The Prime Minister is the real executive head of India. 2. The Prime Minister is the chairman of the Planning Commission. 3. The Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Which of the above statements are correct? The next question: the Prime Minister holds office. Option A for a fixed term of 5 years. Option B as long as she enjoys the confidence of the Lok Sabha. Option C at the pleasure of the President. Option D until removed by the Chief Justice. The next question: which of the following statements is all correct? 1. The Prime Minister presides over the meetings of the Council of Ministers. 2. The Prime Minister communicates all decisions of the Council of Ministers to the President. 3. The Prime Minister allocates the reshuffles portfolios among ministers. Select the correct answer. Next question: in the case of the death or resignation of the Prime Minister, option A, the President must immediately dissolve the Lok Sabha. Option B, the Cabinet automatically stands dissolved. Option C, the Chief Justice becomes acting Prime Minister. Option D, the Deputy Prime Minister takes over automatically. Next question: in the Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to option A, the President. Option B, the Prime Minister. Option C, the Rajya Sabha. Option D, the Lok Sabha. The next question: consider the following statements regarding the Council of Ministers. 1. It includes cabinet ministers, ministers of state, and deputy ministers. 2. It is constitutional body mentioned in Article 74 of the Constitution. 3. The total number of ministers, including the Prime Minister, cannot exceed 15% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha. Which of the above statements are correct? Next question: who determines the portfolios of ministers in the Council of Ministers? Option A, the President of India. Option B, the Cabinet. Option C, the Lok Sabha. Option D, the Prime Minister. The next question: which of the following statements are correct about the distinction between the Cabinet and the Council of Ministers? 1. The Cabinet is a smaller body within the Council of Ministers. 2. The Cabinet is collectively responsible to the President. 3. The Council of Ministers includes all categories of ministers. Select the correct answer. Next question. Which article of the Constitution provides for the Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President? Option A, Article 52. Option B, Article 74. Option C, Article 75. Option D, Article 78. Next question. The Council of Ministers is formed under which article of the Indian Constitution? Option A, Article 74. Option B, Article 75. Option C, Article 76. Option D, Article 78. Next question. The maximum number of ministers, including the Prime Minister, in the Council of Ministers must not exceed A. 10% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha, B. 12% of total strength of the Lok Sabha, C. 15% of the total strength of the Lok Sabha, D. No limit is prescribed. The next question. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to the President, the Lok Sabha, the Rajya Sabha, the Prime Minister. Next question. Which of the following is not category of ministers in the Council of Ministers? A. Cabinet Ministers. B. Deputy Ministers. C. Parliamentary Secretaries. D. Ministers of State. Next question. Consider the following statements. 1. The President appoints all ministers on the advice of the Prime Minister. 2. The Prime Minister can recommend the dismissal of any minister. Which of the above statements are correct? Next question. Which of the following are components of the Indian Parliament? 1. Lok Sabha. 2. Rajya Sabha. 3. President of India. Select the correct answer using the code below. The next question. The maximum strength of the Lok Sabha as per the constitution is option A 500, option B 545, option C 552, option D 560. The next question. Which of the following statements are correct regarding the Rajya Sabha? It is permanent house and cannot be dissolved. Second, one-third of its members retired every 2 years. 3. It has equal powers with Lok Sabha in all matters. Select the correct answer. The next question. Who presides over the joint sitting of both the houses of parliament? A. Speaker of Lok Sabha. B. Chairman of Rajya Sabha. C. Prime Minister. D. President of India. The next question, a money bill can be introduced only in A, either House of the Parliament, B, Rajya Sabha only, C, Lok Sabha only, D, any state legislative assembly. So these are the 50 questions from the Indian polity. I hope మీ అందరికీ వీడియో హెల్ప్ అవుతుందని అనుకుంటున్నాను. For further more videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.